It's EJ Kellerman, and I am going to take you through the start and the finishing of this painting of Hunting Island Beach. This is a 12 by 24 panoramic landscape that has been toned with some warm underpainting and some purpley blue underpainting. After that, I drew in my shapes with pencil. And now I've mixed up a darker sand color. This is a neutralized burnt umber that has been lightened with white. And I think I probably put in a little bit of warm in that burnt umber as well. Burnt umber has a natural green color to it. At least this version of it does. So when I lightened it, it has a nice kind of taupey color, hue. As I put in these brush marks, I'm also softening the edges because I don't really exactly know where I want my waves to come up yet onto the shore. And also, I just want to leave the painting open at this point. I'm also kind of seeing how I like the value of that first sand color. Looks like I've darkened it just a touch, and I'm wiping it out as I carve in where I like the waves to be. Using a variety of brushes, and fairly big brushes. I believe that this is at least a 10 or 12 long flat. And I'm using just a little tiny corner of paper towel to, again, carve away pieces that I don't like. I'm trying to have directional brushwork. I'm also putting in some darker values. Here to show the edges of things, and also there was some debris on the beach that I wanted to capture. I've switched over to an Egbert, and I'm putting in some really dark values. This is probably the darkest value in the whole piece. That dark value, I believe, was mixed with quinacridone, magenta, raw umber, and viridian. Not a lot of people use raw umber, but I really love raw umber. I use it to mix darks, to mix an almost black. I also lighten it to make stone colors or tree colors, to make grays. It's not a must-have color for me, but I find it very useful. Now there were some upright fence posts here that I was going to put into the painting, but I later on ended up painting over them. Those are the vertical elements towards the middle of the canvas. Now I have switched over to getting some of these light values where the sand, this was like an exposed, washed away kind of wall of sand. And the sun was hitting these in the late morning, and they were glowing bright, orangish, golden. And this to me is the most important part of the whole painting. So I wanted to set the color and value of that pretty early on because I knew it would help. I would need it in place before I could figure out where the colors and the values of the rest of the painting. So I just wanted kind of a placeholder for the sand hill. When I was walking along the beach here, you could tell that they had a bunch of dunes there that had been washed away in a hurricane. So it was almost like a small little cliff there, maybe about 8 feet tall, of sand that was just a wall with grass in it. As the planes of that cliff kind of fold out, that was a fun thing to paint as their transitions. Now I really enjoy staccato brushwork, but here I am trying to have a little bit more flowing brushwork. Just kind of Probably getting too in the weeds right now with some of the curvature of this cliff, but I wanted to really see how this cliff looks and try to see if I could achieve the sparkling golden look that I saw and I experienced while I was walking. I put in the dark values behind it, the darkest darks, because I felt like that would help me understand if the light on this cliff was working. Okay, this is the end of first day. All right, this is the end of the second day. All right, so end of second day. You can see it's night. I put the water in. I worked on the beach some more. Here's my palette. It's all cleaned up. And now I'm at the very end of the painting. And I want to fix that area that I just pointed to. I felt like it didn't have a nice transition. I kind of work on the sky in general. The waves are simple, but I like that. I am not a detail painter. I like shape, I like form. All right, now I'm mixing up some blue for the sky. I've got cerulean white, put a little bit of yellow. That ended up being too much yellow and I had to pull it way out and remix it. But I wanted a touch of yellow to achieve a turquoise note in the sky above this palm tree there. And this has ended up being how it looked after I reworked it. And now I'm gonna sign this painting. I don't like signing paintings, but it's something I've had to practice to get better at. And I have a special paintbrush for it. And now I'm signing it and I'm calling her done. And I think it's a beautiful painting. I think that I achieved the golden look of the sand that I saw and experienced and felt. And I think that the turquoises and the blues really helped. You know, obviously those are compliments, and so they really help to bring the warmth out. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this painting, and if you'd like to see more, please subscribe and please like. It really helps me out. And as always, have a good one. Thanks.